All right, welcome back. So, I have a bit of a dilemma, and I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I just am so slammed with time, dude. I was thinking of doing something like this, but the time that it takes to like test all this shit out is just it's a lot, dude. For me right now, I'm just really slammed with work stuff. Now, Wave of Conviction has 50% of its fizz damage converted to lightning and fire. So 25 goes to lightning and 25 goes to fire. Now the question, is there a way to convert, let's see. Let's do lightning to fire. Can you I don't think wait, it only goes one way. So let's do damage conversion. Okay. Let's look at this. Okay. So the damage conversion only goes one way. So yes, you can go lightning to fire. So you go physical, lightning, lightning to fire. If we could stack up to crit, crit will make our wave of conviction ignite every single time. And what I was thinking is doing an inquisitor with energy blade. So the question is, what sources of lightning to fire do we have? I don't know if that's like a really super like roundabout way to do that, but I was thinking of just doing something a little bit different just because I always start the same shit every time. Let's see. Because we're gonna need to get 100% conversion. Okay, so here's cold to fire. So all we would need to do. So you can do physical to lightning. This would make the rest of it. That would be 75% 75% lightning, and then 25% fire. What we would need to do is convert the other. You need to convert the rest of the lightning into fire. So we would need 75% of lightning damage converted over into fire. This is cold to lightning to cold. That's minions. No, that's converted to cold. Okay, here we go. Converted to fire. Okay. That's cold converted to fire. Well, we could go lightning to cold, right? Well, here's cold to fire anyway, but there's no. Let's see. Okay, let's see. What's there is there to cold? So this is lightning. This is all fizz to fire, fizz to fire, fizz to fire. Oh, here we go. So we could use Zoph's blood to get Avatar of Fire. So that would convert 50% of each physical lightning and cold to fire. I don't know, dude. It seems like a really, really roundabout way to get that conversion. I wonder if there's a different way to do that. Let's see what other sources there are of Ignite. Because ultimately, what I want to do is I want to make an Ignite build. Obviously, Elementalist is going to be the obvious choice because you get Shaper of Flames, but I want to see. What other sources there are of Ignite because I really feel like the Inquisitor would blow the Elementalist out of the water when it comes to what it can do as far as damage. But as far as like flat damage, and you really want one big ass Ignite. So, and on top of this, you get Battle Mage. This is the other thing too, is you get Instruments of Zeal, which is pretty dope. You get crit chance right here, so Righteous Providence would be really good if you were to stack some strength and int. We can get more crit chance. That would mean that our Wave of Conviction will automatically ignite if we're critting with it. Okay. So I want to try to do this. But we need to get that lightning to fire conversion all the way. So Wave of Conviction. Okay, so we would still need. So we either need 50% converted over to from fizz to fire, and then the excuse me, then the remaining 25% would have to go to from lightning to fire. But Zoph's Pyre will take care of that. But then I'd still be stuck with 25% more. But then the question is this. So if it does 50% of each, is that just 50% total? And then it's going to leave me with 25 more percent to convert? And is it going to take the... Okay. Yeah, yeah, but you can't proc that all the time though. You need an attack skill. I'm trying to look for sources of lightning to fire conversion. Let me see something real quick. I want to see if there's any sources of. Hey, what's up, man? Good morning, or good evening from the States. All right. I need unique items, dude, that do ignite. Let's see. What do we got here, dude? Okay. 10% chance to ignite with replica Ember Wake. But we need to make sure that this is a league starter build, dude. That's the problem. I really think that Elementalist is probably just going to be the obvious choice for this build. Yeah, I know Avatar of Fire, but that's what I was asking before you came on was... No, I'm going to do something new, dude. The totem build sucked. It really, really struggles, dude. You have to, like, constantly be, like, proccing them. It's like a timing thing. I don't like dealing with builds like that, dude. I just want it to be straight up. You cast it and it works. I don't want to have to like time shit and like have to proc a bunch of totems to get the debuff ramped up. I don't like that ramping damage shit. It feels weak. And then then you have to like be dodging the whole time. So like how many totems you're actually going to be able to like get, especially if you're in a boss fight. It just the damage is just really lacking on that build. But Clinton, that's what I was asking before you came on was Avatar of Fire converts 50% of physical, lightning, and another element over to fire, right? Physical, lightning, and cold. But is it 50% of each, or is it 50% across the board? Because I could go Zoph's Pyre, right? So we pull up Zoph's Pyre real quick. What the fuck is it, dude? Damn it. I gotta find it again. It wasn't Zoph's Pyre. What the fuck is it called, dude? Damn it. No. Oh, it's called Zoph's Blood. That's what it's called. Okay, so Avatar of Fire is going to convert 50% of each physical, lightning, and cold to fire. So if I use Zoph's Blood, that'll convert all of my Wave of Conviction over to fire. Correct? Yeah, dude, the Eater is just... And I had like all awakened gems on there, so that obviously would not be like a good league starter to even get your void stones with. So it was just kind of a waste. You can't do other elemental damage if hold on, dude. This is what I don't like about this site is like when you have something like that, you can't even look it up. You got to do like another search. Let's see, Avatar of Fire. Okay, but if we're 100% converted over to fire damage, then why would that matter anyway? Because I want to be converted over to fire, right? Or am I tripping? So if I choose this node, right, I have 25% of my physical converted to lightning, 25% of my physical converted to fire. This will convert it all, right, over to fire. Because that's all I want to do is just do fire damage with this build. But then you know what? That means I'm going to lose out on... If I'm using Energy Blade with Battle Mage, that means I'm going to lose out on like half of the flat damage from Energy Blade. Fuck. All right, dude. Looks like I'm just gonna have to do that. I'm just gonna have to do it with an elementalist, dude. That's like the only way that this is gonna be viable. Is just doing it with elementalist golems, and then just do wave of conviction ignite. Well, yeah, I mean that's what I was gonna do was get 100. That was what I was gonna do is go for crit, but I would need to convert all of it over to fire in order for to get it to ignite because I'm not gonna be on an elementalist. I was trying to do it on an inquisitor, but you can't. I don't see that many sources of damage conversion over to fire as far as like because what I wanted this is the setup I was thinking about doing. I wanted to do energy blade on the inquisitor. Is all that flat damage goes over to battle mage, right? So that applies to your spells. And then I was going to use wave of conviction and then crit cap so that I could use and get crit cap so that it'll obviously ignite. And it'd just be one fat ass ignite from wave of conviction. But I don't think that that's even possible. The other thing I could do is do let's see. Hmm. Never mind. That wouldn't work either. I'm really struggling, dude, on what I want to do for a league starter. I really don't. I kind of had my mind made up that I was going to do the totems, but that obviously didn't work out. No, I didn't need anathema, dude. I already had the curses, the double curse. I had whispers of doom allocated. Dude, no amount of curses were gonna make that fucking build do damage, dude. I could apply every single curse to the fucking boss in the game, dude. It still wasn't gonna do enough damage. Yeah, dude. I don't. I think that shit's just kind of dead, dude. I don't think anybody's gonna be using that build. All right. Well, we're just gonna go with. Oh shit. So they ended the league already. All right. We're just gonna test this shit out. I did watch the video, dude. I watched the Dream Core video. What it is like a ramping thing. You have to hit them, and then you have to like proc the like 10 of them in order to ramp the damage. You have to like time it. I don't know. It's just I don't like builds like that, dude. They're annoying. God damn it, dude. Fucking bots already. Dude, that shit's so crazy. I haven't even fucking been streaming for 10 goddamn minutes, dude. Get the fuck out of here. Ban yourself. Hey, let's team up and do some gaming together. Yeah, Clint, I would have played that build, dude. It's just too much. It just. I would much rather do Holy Flame Totem of Divine Ire than do the Scorching Ray. Just because like the ramping like debuff shit, I don't like that playstyle at all. I'm not a fan of it. And plus, it doesn't even do that much damage anyway. Like it might have done a lot of damage in like a prior league, but it's I don't know what they did to it, dude. But it just doesn't do that much damage anymore. That's why barely anybody's playing that build. If it was like really really good at downing Ubers, more people would be playing it, or downing bosses in general. And then not only that, but then like the AI, you have to like rely on the AI of the totems, which really sucks as well. Like the AI of the totem is gonna always leave like if it's attacking a pack, you have to rely on it to like target the last mobs, which I guess it doesn't. That was another complaint that I saw about that build. Bloodlines? Yeah, I've seen them. We'll check them out right now, actually. They really looked, from what I just glanced at them, and from what I could tell, like, some of them have, like, really, really niche uses, but then the rest of them are kind of just, like, whatever. I mean, maybe they have, like, a really, really specific use for them, but I don't know. They didn't really look that crazy. I mean, I saw, like, one of the, like, some of the ward loop shit. There's one that pretty much makes you immortal. I know Dreamcore's been making a bunch of videos about them, but I mean, just from what I could tell, dude, they didn't look anything. It didn't look like anything that crazy. All right, so I'm gonna test this out right now and just see if I can go straight for the elemental overload and then dot multi. What level is Wave of Conviction at? Okay, so we got the... They did a... you get a level 16, okay. They did an FAQ, and I was laughing so hard at this because you know this isn't the most asked questions, dude. You know for a fact it's not. Because watch, I'll show you. Nowhere on here do they say anything about class balance. You know that people are asking, like, dude, what happened? What happened to all that class balance you were saying we were going to get? It's pretty funny, dude. Okay. Can all uniques become Foulborn? No. Okay, let's take a look at the bloodline ascendancies. Okay. Okay, so here's the feral bloodline. I hate when they do this shit, dude. Why do they always do this? Okay, here we go. Okay, so you can get so the Spectral Tiger grants crit chance, which is really weird. You would think it would grant crit multi because it's granted on critical strike. It's kind of weird, right? Like, why would it grant crit chance? Because everybody's going to use that, like, reliably, is obviously going to try to get crit capped. It's kind of weird. Yeah, exactly, dude. Like, why wasn't Energy Shield in there? I don't know, dude. I don't know the answers to these questions. I think what it really boils down to be honest with you, dude, is just the fact that they're just so pressed for time because of Path of Exile 2. That's the only thing that really makes sense. This is kind of interesting right here. 25% increased maximum life. There's some shenanigans you can pull off with that. Wait a second. Wait a second, dude. Look at this. They said that Minions accuracy rating has been removed, right? Didn't they say they removed the Minions accuracy rating? Then why the fuck do your Minions get accuracy rating from Farrell's presence? What? I don't understand, dude. I'm confused right now. Why is this? Okay, Farrell's Ferric Presence is an aura which grants 80% increased accuracy rating. Oh, it gives you 80%. Well, no. It says raised beast specters have Farrell's Ferric Presence. Right? Okay. Every ally and you. Okay, well, that's just, I don't know. It's just kind of weird the way they did that because you would think it would just say you have it then instead of the minions have it. It's kind of strange. Okay. All right, let's check out the Lycia one. Create profane ground instead of consecrated ground. Hits against enemies on profane ground. 100% increased strike, critical strike chance. Curses have 10% increased effect. Malediction causes. You inflicts malediction on enemies. Profound ground you create also affects you and your allies, granting chaotic might. Okay. Herald skills have 2% more buff effect for each 1% of maximum mana they reserve. Herald skills and minion skills deal 1% more damage for every 1% of maximum life those skills reserve. Oh, wow. Well, there's some shenanigans you could do with this. This would be kind of interesting because you could do like an auto bomber, like a Herald of Thunder auto bomber. That'd be a pretty fat. That'd be a pretty fat damage boost to that. Excuse me. All right, let's see what else we got here. Delirious Bloodline. Embrace the Madness. This looks like an interesting, this schizophrenic dissociation looks like a really interesting node, but it has a massive fucking downside, dude. Holy shit. Non-cluster jewel socketed into your passive skill tree have no effect. So does that include the jewels that go inside of your clusters too? Or is that just across the board? I wish there was more clarification on that. Copy can be damaged by enemies and copies. Okay, Misty Reflection. Every single jewel. Okay. So even if it's outside of the passive tree on a cluster, then it still counts? Okay. All right, I got you. Only cluster one on the corner. Yeah. But it's still not going to work, Clinton, because of the energy blade is going to provide flat lightning damage, which I would then need to convert 100% of that flat lightning over to fire. So I don't think it's going to work the way I thought it was going to. 16% less damage. Make worth recovery. Gives more max hit. Yeah, the downside's fucking wild on that one, dude. It's I don't know. It's like having a progenesis, dude, but it's not like not, you know? This one's really interesting, dude. This Umbral Army one where you had 12% increased defenses per raised Spectre. So what does that work out to? Do you would have fucking 84% increased defenses? How many Spectres can you get? 7? Isn't that the max? I think the max is 7. This is fucking nuts, dude. Right. Yeah, that would make sense. 50% of 50% increased effective offerings, but offerings kill affected damageable targets when the offering duration expires. Does that mean you? Can you die from your offering expiring? Is there any way to mitigate that downside like that or no? Curious. I always get conflicting answers when I ask questions. Oh man. You do if you have fucking what's it called allocated? The necromancer ascendancy note if you have a mistress of sacrifice, it does affect you. That's why I was asking that question. Because you are technically a damageable target. So if you have Mistress of Sacrifice allocated, which you'd be using on a necromancer to get like max block or something. But yeah, it'd be pretty wild. Yeah, that's what I figured. They all just die. Okay. Yeah, there's some dude. They're taking some pretty wild swings with this, but there's nothing stopping you from just taking the two small notables with no downside, right? I mean, you just take 15% increased defenses and then increased endurance, frenzy, and power charge duration. There's nothing stopping you from just taking all the small notables, you know? Right. But there's a lot of builds that I've played, dude, where it's just like the fourth ascendancy node that you're getting. I mean, it provides a lot of power, or sometimes it doesn't, you know. So I mean, in those cases where it doesn't, you would just pick that instead. I'm really interested to see. I don't know very much about the ward tech in this game. I've never played a ward loop character or anything. I know that that is a thing that people do though, and I did play one time a dual strike ward stacker during Freesia, but I wasn't. I know how the mechanic works, but I don't know what you can do with it. But I've heard that some people have thought this was pretty nuts. So I'm interested to see what people will do with this. I honestly don't even know how a ward loop build works. I just know how the ward itself works. Orloff, okay, Orloff's flask. Olroth's, okay, Olroth's flask. Ward does not break during effect. Okay, I got an idea. Got it. Okay. So this would be a ward loop. This would be a ward loop character, I'm assuming. So they're using this flask. Vorana's preparation. Hmm. Got it. Okay. Okay, I got it. So the damage cast when damage taken is procking the skill. However, you never take damage because your ward always refreshes. Correct? Is that how it works? So basically, as long as you're killing shit, then it'll constantly have flasks. You take just enough damage, but never enough to get. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, cool. You learn something new every day with this fucking game, dude. Right. Okay. Got you. Interesting. Okay. So then I'm wondering. Right. It only ever hits your ward. So then this would be really interesting, right? For a ward loop build, ward shatter. When you hit 20 times a second, right? Yeah, because it would be guaranteed to hit. Also, you could get this ward shatter too, right? Wouldn't that work as well? Because isn't your ward constantly breaking and restoring? That's what's making the ward loop. So wouldn't this be fucking really crazy as well? Because this would be like an entirely different spell that's adding like a flat amount of your ward as damage as physical spell damage. With Orloff, no? Okay. Got it. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. Interesting. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, man, these ascendancies look pretty niche, but they look cool. I'm sure people are going to do some pretty fucking crazy shit with them for sure. Okay, so I get Wave of Conviction is at level 16. Oh wow. The all charge run looks pretty good for charge stackers. Yeah, there's a lot of pretty cool shit, dude. That looks like those ascendancies are going to allow. God damn, dude! I got to convert my. I forgot real quick. Hold on. I got to convert my. Yeah, dude. I don't know about all that. I don't know if I'm going to be going for a bow ascendancy. The very first character I ever played through the game with was an ice shot Deadeye. Dude, you see how bad the Settlers League fucked me up? Look how many remove only tabs I have now. I'm never going to escape it, dude. There's no way. It would take me a week to go through all this shit, dude, to clean this up. Yeah, dude, it's all because of fucking. It's because settlers. No, dude, no, we can't do Bama anymore. Photon, it's done with, dude. Bama's dead. I'm turning this shit off, dude. I'm not trading anything right now. I'm gonna fucking try to. I'm gonna try to figure this out. All right, let's just use freezing pulse. Yeah, Bama got fucking annihilated, dude. That's a no-go now. You couldn't pay me now to play a Bama build. That shit's gonna feel like absolute garbage. I mean, I'm sure, dude, that there's somebody out there right now that's like, oh, I'll make it work, and they're stubborn. They'll probably make it work. Yeah, dude, they got annihilated. Not only did they nerf the damage, dude, but they nerfed the duration, which is really what's gonna make it feel bad, dude. It's not anything else but the duration that makes it feel like shit. Like, you can obviously get around the damage, like whatever, you know, but yeah, that duration's a motherfucker. I hate when they do that, dude. Like, Hex Blast was one of my favorite builds to play, dude. I loved Hex Blast. And they just made it to where it's just completely unusable. I mean, I know that it was, like, meta for a very long time, but I don't understand why they just didn't, like, nerf the damage on it. Fernando, dude. I've had enough out of you, man. You always got to come in here with that shit, don't you, dude? I've had a long day, dude. I'm not in the mood for this. Yeah, dude. No Bama. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, of course. I've been trying to get him on the podcast for a while. I used to follow his builds all the time when I was brand new. In my opinion, he's the best build maker in the game and in the community. In my opinion. Obviously, I know that's like a controversial statement, but I feel like he makes the best builds. At least he's always able to tell what's going to be the strongest. Maybe he doesn't always make the best build, but yeah, of course, because they watch. They watch the content creators that make builds, and then they nerf them accordingly. Yeah. I played that build before, the Molten Strike of Zenith build. I played it on a Juggernaut. It was insane. That's so funny, dude, that they watched his video that he put out, and then they fucking nerfed the skill. That's so scandalous, dude. Like, come on, man. It's lazy as fuck. Just test your shit, dude. Why are you watching videos of other content creators and nerfing builds because they put out League Start videos about it? That shit is so fucking lazy, dude. They're like, dude, don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about the numbers. We'll just release the patch notes and see who makes a video about it. Then we'll just adjust it. Yeah, man, just take the rest of the day off. It's fine. That shit's so crazy. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Yeah, feel's not gonna get you very far when you're doing math. That's funny, dude, because I feel like I have a lot more money in my bank account than I do. I wonder how that's gonna work out for me. Yeah, dude, the balance in PoE 2 is kind of wild, dude, actually. I honestly, I think PoE 2 really, like, it really made it obvious to me that they're really bad at balance, at game balance. But the game's still fun, dude. I don't care. I don't really care that much, to be honest with you. I don't care if we have builds that are just like one-shotting bosses and one-shotting entire screens. I don't care. I still think the game's fun. Dude, hey, Fernando, you probably shouldn't. Dude, the government shut down. You didn't know that? You can just not pay your taxes. I don't know if you heard that. That's a little bit of a hack. Oh shit, I gotta get the other one. Yeah, it can feel like that. For sure. It's pretty wild, actually, dude. Like, the games feel way different. Like, as far as, like, the pacing goes. Yeah, dude. I was farming Sekimas for a while, dude. With Rarity, it was pretty good. Yeah, I got the I got 2 of the max life grand spectrums in one Sekima run. It was pretty good, dude. I made pretty good bank on that. I'm gonna try Wave of Conviction right now. Ignite Wave of Conviction. In POB I got it up to doing like 8 million DPS with the golems, and I think I can do that just to get void stones, and then I guess I'll just figure it out from there. I really don't know what my my normal league starter got fucking completely obliterated. Yeah, dude, Sekima's is good, man. I like farming it. With Vol Flame Blast? Okay. So even with the ignite, it's still gonna feel bad on single target. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, dude, I was trying to like come up with something like I was trying to come up with something original, dude, but it's just so goddamn hard to the space is so saturated, dude, with build creators that every time I come up with an idea and I'm like, "Oh, maybe this will be really good." And then I'll go to look and somebody else already there's like 15 build guides out on it. So I'm like, "Okay, well, I mean, I guess I'll just, try to make it like kind of my own, I guess. And even if I make it completely myself, I'll go and look on the heat map, and there's somebody, somebody has made the build just like that. Right. That's what I was gonna try to do. But you know how it is, dude. You lightning tendrils ignite. You know how it is, dude. Like you, when you post a video, you get all the POE. I don't know what you call them, dude. It's some sort of community in this game that fucking just they'll just light you up in the comments if you post a build. So I gotta like say, oh, this isn't my build. I have a bunch of people like downvoting my video. If I put out like a league start guide on it. Dude, I was really looking at Penance brand of Dissipation Poison Assassin, dude. That looks like that shit's gonna be lit this league because of the update to Assassin. I think Butsy's gonna play that. I saw him posting on Reddit about it. I was gonna message him on Discord to see what his plans are with that, but that I wanted to get him on the podcast, but I think this week's just gonna be really bad for podcast episodes because of the league start. Everybody's going to be super busy for the next couple of weeks. Maybe. With a belt, 3 rings, and an amulet, you could get 100% increase. Yeah, to be honest, I don't know how the build would function. It just sounded really, really interesting. I know Penance brand of Dissipation already does a fuck ton of damage once you scale it, and then adding poison to that seemed like it'd be pretty wild. Because as far as I understand, the initial poison, the initial poison is calculated off the initial hit, and then after that, it's as many stacks as you can stack within a certain period of time. Correct. If I think I'm correct on that. And so it's just as much damage as you can fit into that window as the amount that the poison is going to be. Right. So with Penance brand of Dissipation, that's like perfect for that, right? Because then it ramps up with like faster cast speed. So it would actually be kind of perfect. Because you'd end up doing like, it's like 30% of the initial hit, but you can stack it up to like 100 times, I think, within a certain period of time. So depending on how fast like your cast speed is on that, it would be pretty fucking nuts. Right, exactly. Which is pretty wild when you think about it, dude, because it ends up being like, I don't know what the calc is, like what, 3,000% more damage? Like if you can fit all 100 stacks in there, it'd be like 3,000% damage. Or no, I'm sorry. It wouldn't be 3,000 because it's 30% of the initial hit. Right, okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, yeah, I wonder if there's a way to where you could scale that up more, because you can get Penance brand, dude, to like ramp up pretty fucking quick with enough cast speed. So I'm really curious to see how that build's made. That's why I like doing the podcast, dude, because you get to like, I really get to do like deep dives with these guys and like really figure out how their builds work. Pretty fascinating, dude. This shit's it's a wildly complex game, dude, and to see what people do, they're like artists. It's pretty cool. Oh, you're right. Okay, yeah, it's 20 stacks max. You're right. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about that. Right. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know why I wasn't thinking about that. I was also wondering, dude, if like, and you don't reset from scratch. Yeah. I was wondering also, like, if you did like a cyclone build, if that would be good for poison application. What's the hit rate on, is there a way to get cyclone to like ramp up like that or no? Like with a more attack speed. I've never really like played a cyclone only build. I've only ever used it for like cast when channeling or something like that, but never to apply like a debuff or ailment or anything. Very little damage effectiveness. Okay. Right. Yeah, because you want that initial hit to be really fat, right? The reason why I was thinking that was because you can add all sorts of like flat elemental damage now, and it won't matter as long as you have a 100% chance to hit with the assassin or a 100% chance to poison. It'll work better because you can add a fuck ton more of flat elemental damage to whatever it is that you're using. The hit portion is different from the dot portion of the skills that matters. Oh, okay. I got you. Dude, this game is so goddamn complicated. It's fucking wild, dude. It's like you literally need a fucking spreadsheet sometimes to figure things out in this game. I gotta go upgrade my flask real quick. This isn't working out. Skill with 1,000 base and 33% added damage effectiveness, and one with 330 damage. First skill does 20% of 1,000. Got it. Okay. Right. So for Ignite is just one gigantic hit, right? That's why Slam Ignites work a lot better. Because you want one big hit for the Ignite, and then Poison is just stacks, correct? Because I know it doesn't work like that in PoE 2 with the... I don't know. What's the max? I think it's only one max stack, right, in PoE 2 for Poison? Yeah, right. Okay. God damn, this sucks. Okay. So, it would... You can be scaled in so many ways. You just lack points. Hits fast with the poison is barely doing it. 30. Yeah, right. So then, what other options would there be for a poison assassin? Right. Yeah, I was just talking as far as like a league start perspective goes. I wasn't talking about end game yet. I'm pretty sure Blade Vortex with enough investment, well, any build with enough investment is going to be good, but I think Poison Blade Vortex is going to be really, really good this league. Don't trip, Hyper. I'm the same way, dude. I'm not the brightest either, dude. That's why I'm having a bunch of people explain to me a game that I've been playing for fucking 4,000 hours, dude. And a bunch of people in my chat right now are explaining to me how mechanics work. So don't feel bad, okay? It's not just you, dude. Okay, so Cyclone does have bigger damage effectiveness then? What does it have now? Let's take a look. Okay, so right now it's up to 125. %68 to 125. What does Cyclone of what's the transfigured version of this do? Same thing. 68 to 125. Right, because the more and less damage don't affect the poison, correct? It's only less chaos or more chaos damage, correct? Or more poison damage, if I understand it correctly. So you can just ignore all the downsides and all those gems. Right, okay. Yeah, dude, I've tried to get through it all, but you know. Then what happens to me, dude, is I start reading something that long, and then I realize, like, oh, dude, wait, I'm playing a video game. What am I doing? Like, I could be reading a book. And then I'm like, oh, dude, can I do this? Really? For a video game? That thing's like a fucking novel, dude. And then it's got all... Once you're looking at the wiki page and it's got all sorts of fucking equations in it, you're like, dude, wait a second. What are we really doing here, dude? Should I be putting this brain power to something else? I start really questioning my life choices. No, I know. I'm just fucking around, dude. I'm not being serious, dude. I talk a lot of shit, dude. Who's trying to get every single unique item in SSF? You are? Yeah, dude, if you hang out on... Oh, Lighty? Yeah, I had him on the pod, dude. He's great. I like that dude. He's he's funny, dude. I like him. He plays World of Warcraft too. I just started playing World of Warcraft. I'm doing my very first playthrough right now in WoW. I've never played 1 fucking minute of World of Warcraft before, just before the other day. I think I picked the worst fucking, I think I picked the worst class too for raiding, but whatever. I just wanted to play what I thought was cool. Whoops. Yeah, man, I'm just fucking around right now. I'm like just trying to put some. I'm just trying to level the. I'll just allocate shield charge on there, you know, or I'll just put shield charge on in a minute. I'm not like trying to do like a speed run or anything. I appreciate it though. This whole character is going to change into something else here in about 4 fucking levels anyway, so... Or like 6 levels, actually. And then we'll really start putting the character together. I think it'll work out fine, dude. I mean, it's kind of a tried and true, tested League starter. But I just want to see what it'll feel like with all the Golem buffs and stuff. It should feel pretty good. As far as I can tell from the POB, dude, it got it up to like 8 million. 8 million DPS. No, I appreciate you, dude. I appreciate you. I've just... Right now, I'm not even paying attention. I'm going to change everything up here in like a couple levels. As soon as I get out of this act, everything's going to change on the character. I really think Summon Raging Spirits is probably... Well, actually, no. I wonder what the most efficient... I wonder what the most efficient skill to level with is. Do you think it's Rolling Magma, or do you think it's Raging Spirits? It's probably Rolling Magma, I'm assuming. Going non-crick for precise technique? Well, yeah, I mean, it really depends on what you're trying to do, Hyper. If you're trying to hit with a melee skill, I mean, obviously you want a 100% chance to hit no matter what. Even if you're not going crit, the higher your hit chances, the better. But it is 100% necessary to switch to precise technique, or hits can't be evaded if you are going cast on crit, because you need to hit every hit needs to land. All right, here we go. We made it. Let's see, what do I got? 40, 40, 40. I can probably go slap on these rings real quick, just so I'm not dying like 50 fucking times in this Mervale fight. Make this a lot easier right now. Dude, I cannot believe how bad my tabs are, dude. Look at this shit. That fucking Settlers League, man, it just ruined my life with my remove only tabs. It's terrible. It's a terrible way to live life. Oh, maybe we have, let's see, what do we got? Oh, yeah, here we go. Now do you have fucking PTSD from trying that goddamn Scorching Ray totem build? Never again. Never again. All right. All right, dude, we're cheating all the way. Let me see if I get a shield, too. Nope, no equipable shields. Oh, here we go. All right, we're almost ready to switch. I'm gonna do wave of conviction. I'm gonna run it on a 3 link to see if I can get it to work. Work decent for. The only problem is well. Yeah, I don't know. I think I can get it to work. Right, that's what I was saying. That's what I'm gonna try. I was gonna try to get it to work, but I'll probably have to wait until after the. Probably have to wait till after the first lab. I might go like. I wanted to test like the most efficient like leveling like setup for me. I know people are gonna say like rolling magma, but I absolutely hate this skill. I hate rolling magma so much. I think it feels like absolute garbage. I'd much rather just use SRS to level. But I'm trying to simulate. I want to simulate league start, so I don't want to use like anything more than a 3 or a 4 link. I mean, obviously a 4 link is stretching it, but a 3 link would probably be more realistic. And I don't want to get any skills from my hideout. I just want to get the ones that are in here. Kinetic bolt, prismatic burst. Okay. Do I get it? Oh, I do. Does he use anything else other than that or no? Right. Yeah. Yeah, I have everything spec'd into fire dot right now, so I would have to switch it up. I honestly think that the best leveling setup would probably just be SRS for me. Just to get to like first lab, you know? Once you're done with the first lab, then once you get that Shaper of Flames, that's when everything changes. I want an easy respec, dude. I want to be able to just spec right out of what I'm doing. So I think I'll go for the minion nodes right there. Because I can keep the tree relatively the same. If I just go here, grab the minion nodes right here, and then grab these minion nodes, and then I could just keep the tree relatively the same. I'll just take these off and these ones off. So it'll only be like 6 respec points off of SRS. Why am I using SRS? Because, I don't know, because a good leveling skill. It works really well for getting through the first lab for me. It's easy. Right. I know, that's what I just said. I'm just testing stuff out, dude. Yeah, but okay, it's working fine, man. I mean, I'm just testing out different stuff, dude. I'm not. Yeah. Um, no, I understand. I understand that. I'm just testing out different stuff right now. You know. That's what I just said before you said that was that if I spec into these right here, I can spec into these right here and this right here, and then I'm going to make an easy respec from the minion over to Wave of Conviction once I do the first lab. Right. Yeah, summon skeleton. No, I'm going to go for Ignite first lab, I'm pretty sure. I'll go for Golems the second lab. Because when you really think about it, going for the Golems on the first lab, you won't get the Golems until Act 4 anyway. So by that time, like, I don't know, it's a toss up. I don't know. I'll have to test out which is better. I'll test to see if I can even get through with the Ignite. Otherwise, I'd probably just go SRS all the way up until the first lab, or until the second lab. I mean. All right, guys, I'm hopping off for the night, man. It's been a long fucking day. I'm out. I'll be back on tomorrow night. I'll get on a little bit earlier. We'll test some more shit out. I'll put together like a league starting guide and stuff.